Hey, fellas. We're back. We're going to do a little early card fight night predictions for Moreno and Erceg. I recorded this video once, and the video file got corrupted, so yeah, so that was a real pain in the ass. But I'm going to be doing this again. And, yeah, we got a pretty good card here in Mexico City, man. I think let's head over to Tapology. We got 14 fights. Not 13 fights. Okay, we got 13 fights in Mexico. You got, I'd say, a pretty great main card. Pretty mid prelims. Damn, there was a lot of fucking canceled fights. I never even looked at these. Zellhuber versus Hubbard. I would have picked Zellhuber by... I'd pick him by KO in rounds 2 and 3. I'll say 3. Brenner. I think Zellhuber would have won a split against Brenner. Rafa versus Joaquim Silva. I would have picked Rafa Garcia pretty handily getting a decision. Moreno and Erceg didn't fucking fizzle out. It's the main event. What the fuck are they talking about? Yair and Lopez. I would have picked Diego Lopez by submission. I would be worried as long as they're on the feet. I think Yair pieces him. Erceg sucks, so she would have beat the probably straight girl and then would have lost probably the lesbian Dion Barboza. This bitch is literally trans. But yeah, alright. Moving on to the first fight of the card. Austin Dud Hubbard versus Markel Medeiros. This is such a shit fight. I'm going to say Markel Medeiros, not Marco. I'm going to say Markel Medeiros wins this fight by... Bro, I don't want Walmart ads. Oh my god. Alright, fuck it. I think he's just going to outstrike. He kind of reminds me of, like, I don't know, some random fucking Latino prospect in the UFC. It's not that good. Whatever, bro. If we go look at their... Does Austin Hubbard gets no finishes. I don't like his losses. Yeah, man, I'm gonna go Marco. This is Markel Medeiros gonna win this fight by, I'm gonna say, decision. Hubbard's pretty tough. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards a lot of the I know I kind of lean towards the favorites in the last card. I just think this time I'm much more confident in a lot of the favorites instead of fucking Mick Borkin. Oh my god, that fight was so annoying. Alright, finally moving on up the card. Jamal Pretty Boy Emmers takes on Gabriel Fly Miranda. That's got to be one of the worst nicknames in MMA. Jamal Emmers is so hit and miss in his career, bro. Like, Sabatini submission, that's not a bad loss. I knew Sabatini was going to submit Pierce. So, Sabatini's not a bad guy to lose to. And then he won against Hussein Ajabov, which is not the worst. But then he lost a split to Jack Jenkins. That I did, to be fair, think he could have won that fight. Then Dennis Bazookia, I fucking slept him with the right hand in the first round. I think I called that one perfectly. And then Nate Landwehr flatlined him out cold, which it was pretty bad, dude. The follow-up shots weren't nice shots. Those were mean shots that Emmers was eating while he was out. Emmers is pretty old. I think Miranda's going to have a huge grappling upside in this fight, and I think he's going to give Jamal Emmers some issues. But I'm going to pick Jamal Emmers to win this fight by KO. I think I think he's going to win this fight by late rounds, TKO or a decision. I'm leaning towards KO because there's so many fucking decisions on the last card that there's got to be. It's like they were saving finishes for this card. But I don't know. I'm thinking Jamal Everett is going to win this fight by knockout in round 3. I'll say round 3. Right straight. I think he's going to catch Miranda. Miranda doesn't have a good chin at all. He's been knocked out in both of his UFC losses. Benoit killed him. So did Charrier. And Charrier in his last fight against Wood got masterclass. So moving on up the card, Rafa Gifted Garcia takes on Vince from Hell Pichel. This is such a nothing fight. Yeah, Pichel's tough. This is exactly what I'm agreeing with the majority on Tapology. I think it's going to be a decision win for Rafa Garcia or a TKO late round 3. Maybe he wins this fight by submission. Who's Rafa Garcia submitted? Let's see. There's 1 win by KO. Okay, so a good bet to make on this fight, guys, is Rafa Garcia by submission or points to lower the odds on the money line, and I'd be very surprised if he KOs Vince Pichel. Vince Pichel's obviously not the best chin in the world, but a decision loss to Bonfim while he was getting outboxed that whole fight, showing me he still has a chin at his age. And yeah, man, this fight sucks ass. I really don't really care honestly about this fight. I'm gonna do more research obviously later on when I do my full card predictions. These are just early picks, what I'm thinking, who I'm leaning towards, and I'm leaning pretty easily towards Rafa Garcia getting a dominant 30-27 decision. If we go down or up on the card again, oh fuck, Julia Psycho Pilastri versus Lupita Godinez. Lupi Godinez. She's Canadian-Mexican, so that's instant Canadian soy genetics. Fucking... she's on a 2-fight loss streak, and Pilastri's... Who did Pilastri lose to in the UFC? Josephine Knudsen. Oh, that's the 7-0 girl, though. She's not bad. Corey McKenna. She went to split with that little girl. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take Lupita Godinez by decision. Another women's 29-20. Actually, you know what? The last 2 cards, the women have been getting finishes. If I recall. All the women are finishing their fights right now. So, maybe Godinez by T. No, I'm joking. Let's go to Godinez by decision. Some one of them have to win by decision. Melkazel Costa. What's his nickname? Oh my god. Milk Coffee. Bro, these guys have the worst nicknames I've ever seen. The black-white guy versus Christian C-Rod Rodriguez, who fucked up my parlay when I bet on Austin Bashi, even though everyone warned me not to bet on Bashi. I thought Bashi had it. He lost that fight, though, clearly. Am I worried about this fight? I'm actually worried. I actually think Melkazel Costa can get a submission in this fight. If we look at his UFC loss, bro, KO to Steve Garcia. Steve Garcia is the GOAT right now. He's sleeping everyone. If we Moises submitting him, not a lot of guys get finished by Moises, but some do. Like that guy that got low kicked on the ground, got finished by Moises basically with calf kicks. I don't think Melkazel's bad, man. But his opponents are shit. Shilian and Feely suck. Austin Lingo's shit as well. I'm going to say Christian Rodriguez wins this fight by decision. And I think it's going to be close. I think he's going to get caught in a submission in this fight. I think he's going to get caught, and we're going to have to see if Christian Rodriguez can escape it or not. Do I think it'll be a guillotine? Maybe. Maybe if Rodriguez shoots. But this is going to be a very fun fight. While it lasts, I think Christian Rodriguez and Melchizedek Costa are going to have a pretty good fight. I'm leaning towards Sirod by decision. Knowing how skilled he is, it's just he does seem to have some pop though. It's not that he has no pop. It's just that he doesn't seem to land the most accurate shots to finish guys, and his finishing isn't the best. Oh, I made money on this fucker on the Contender Series. Ateba, the Silent Assassin, Gautier versus Jose Chicho Medina. That is not the Mexican flag. What the fuck? Is this guy Mexican? No, he's from fucking Bolivia. I thought he was just some fucking standard fat Mexican that's... Alright, whatever. Do I think the odds are crazy? Yes. I'm sick of these Contender Series guys coming in at minus 500... minus or against plus 400 guys. Like, yes, 11 and 20. I'm actually, hold on. 2-0. Dude, who the fuck was this guy fighting in his career? Hold on, we gotta go to this guy, Jose Medina's career. Okay, so he lost to Magomed Gadjezulov by decision. Gadjezulov's garbage. Split decision against a 4-2 guy when you're 10-2. Cesar Benitez. That guy was 11 and 23. He's got some grappling, does he? Am I gonna trust this guy to get his first UFC? I mean, we do see these Africans coming in the UFC, like what's his name? Josias Musasa comes in against a Latino and gets submitted. 2 cards ago. Am I going to trust in Ateba Gautier? I mean, he made me money on the Contender Series. Should have just trusted him. But if you were to win this fight, you win this fight probably by knockout. Or outstriking. You know what? I'm going to pick Ateba Gautier to win this fight by decision. I think a lot of people are going to expect Ateba to win this fight by KO. Or Medina to win this fight late. I think this is going to go all three. I think Ateba is going to look pretty mid. I think he's going to win this fight by outstriking Jose Medina and hurting him in moments. But yeah, I'm going to trust Ateba Gautier to win this fight on the feet. Odds are crazy, unbelievably retarded. A Contender Series guy should never be more than a minus 200 in his debut, because we don't know how they're going to perform under the bright lights. But, yeah, moving on up the card. Edgar Puro. I'm not even going to pronounce that nickname. Fuck, I'm not Mexican. Edgar Shirez takes on CJ Vergara. I'm very confident. I mean, Shirez isn't as bad as his record says he is. That fight with Van was crazy. The fight with Tyra was crazy. And I believe that fight was short notice. Shirez is dangerous, bro. Shirez is really, really dangerous. Daniel Cerda's a bitch. He milked that stoppage. That's why he got fucking finished by triangle anyway. This guy got finished by submission anyway. I did all that fucking delaying just to fucking lose again. By the same way, it's fucking bitch ass wasted time. But then his fight with Van wasn't bad. Dude, that was an amazing fight. A war. And some guys just can't press as hard as the other, and I do think Van is I'm very high on Josh Van, so that fight showed me a lot from Shirez, and I think Shirez is going to finish CJ Vergara in the second round via submission. I think he's going to rock Vergara pretty bad because Vergara has no chin. Vergara is hittable at flyweight. Shirez is big. Shirez actually outstruck Van pretty cleanly in round 1. And obviously Van's slow in round 1, but man, Shirez, I think he's going to finish Vergara. I'm pretty confident. I know the flyweights don't usually get finishes, but I'm pretty confident in Shirez to win this fight by finish against CJ Vergara. The most finishable flyweight in other than Matt Schnell. Oh my god, they gotta make that fight. CJ Vergara versus Matt Schnell. Fucking bum fight of the year. Moving on to the main card. Ronaldo Lazy Boy Rodriguez versus Kevin Elgalo Negro? Alright, bro. Kevin Negro Borjas takes on Ronaldo Lazy Boy Rodriguez in pretty good. I mean, Borjas is his losses both are not bad. They're both not bad. I mean, Costa did fuck him up though. Costa doesn't really fuck people up. He wins fights, but he doesn't fuck people up. Costa fucked him up. But do I think Borjas can stop the takedowns and outstrike him? Because Ronaldo Rodriguez got basically put out cold by Ozzy Osbourne and came back to win a decision. Topology is retarded. Should not be a 98 to 92 to 8. I'm going to pick Ronaldo Rodriguez to win this fight by decision. I think he's going to have a really hard fight. I think he won't be able to submit Borjas. Borjas will stop some of the takedowns. But Ronaldo will end up pressing through, and I do think he's going to start landing. I actually think he'll land on the feet. He's been working on the feet a lot in his camps, if you've been watching or paying attention to anything on his Instagram. He seems to be working on the boxing a lot, and, Mexico's got great boxers. I believe if a young guy wants to go out there, train, when he has a wrestling threat in this fight, I think he's going to land a lot on Borjas. I don't think Borjas has the best chin, but I'm going to say he survives to a decision with Ronaldo Rodriguez, and I think Ronaldo Rodriguez is going to win this fight by decision or third round random rear naked choke. But I'm pretty confident in Ronaldo Rodriguez. I think Mexico's going to do pretty good on this card. Honestly, Mexico never does really good whenever they have their own events. Fuck Sean O'Malley and Merab. That fight was fucked, dude. Oh my god. I mean, Merab's not that bad of a guy or a champ, but goddamn, I lost money on that fight. Moving on up the card, another Mexican that I think is going to get a win. Simon Oliveira is going to lose clearly to David, the Black Spartan Martinez. I think this kid is pretty good. He made me money on the Contender Series against some kid named Xavier Franklin. That guy, if you guys know who Aaron the Plumber is, this guy is straight up Aaron the Plumber. Yeah, bro beat Aaron the Plumber on the Contender Series to get in the UFC. Won that fight by decision. Aaron the Plumber was pretty tough. But I'm going to pick... Damn, a lot of his wins are by KO. Hold on. Head kick and punches. Punches. Let's just check. Damn, this guy's the number 1 ranked prospect outside of... Okay, TKO, 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 decision, TKO. Only losses by split decision. TKO, 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 TKO. You know what? I'm going to pick this guy to win by TKO. Let's check Simon Oliveira's losses. I'm not going to check the Black Spartan. I'm not going to pick the Black Spartan to win this fight by TKO. Decision, KO to the body. Daniel Marcos. Oh, this is the guy that turned away from Daniel Marcos like a little bitch. No. I'm picking David Martinez by KO. I'm pretty confident. Bro, beating Aaron the Plumber is going to give you powers. Like, this guy beat him at his own fade. I'm going to say David Martinez wins this fight by second round highlight reel head kick KO. I think he's going to land something nasty. I think he's going to find the chin. Simon Oliveira is not tough against Marcos. He quit. He turned around. Fucking, I don't know what the fuck that finish was. It was a knee to the body, but yeah. I think Simon Oliveira is going to lose this fight pretty clearly. If we go down to his regional losses. Damn, he has 1 KO loss. You know what? I'm going to pick Martinez to KO him anyway. I think David Martinez is going to knock him out, find something big on the feet. And, yeah. 0.9% by submission. All right. Yeah, he's never won a fight by submission, so I don't think he's going to get one. Let's check on up the card. Raul Rosas Jr. Raul El Nino Problema Rosas Jr. Sorry for the fucking Mexicans. Versus Vince Vendetta Morales. I think Raul's going to win this fight by split decision. Let's get straight to the point. Vince Morales is a live dog in this fight. He actually can win this fight easily. He has a real route to win this fight. I don't think Raul's invincible. He's still a kid. I think he's going to win, though. I think he's going to win by split decision. Or, I don't think he's going to submit Morales. He does have better jiu-jitsu control, though, than Elijah Smith. Elijah Smith was getting takedowns of Morales. Yeah, but man, like a Peruvian necktie. Bro, this guy's dangerous. I'm serious. This guy's grappling. Yeah, I'm going to say he wins this fight by split. I think Raul's going to win this fight by split decision. I think it's going to be a fun grappling fight until it goes to the feet. And then I think it's going to be a banger on the feet. I think I'm going to trust in Raul to win. But guys, I'm telling you, Vince Morales, absolutely live dog chance. I can see him stopping the takedowns, outstriking Raul. I can see him catching Raul in a submission. But Raul's big-ass chin will fucking keep him alive, so I don't know, man. I'm going to pick Raul to win this fight by split decision. I don't even think he's going to get a submission. I'm pretty confident he's going to get a decision in this fight, so yeah, I'm going to go Raul Rosas Jr. by decision. And another thing about this, do I think Raul's overrated? No. I don't think he's overrated. For his age, the kid's fucking phenomenal. He's strong, he's athletic. He does some things right. Yes, did he come in there thinking he was Hamzat against Rodriguez? Yes, I don't know why he's fucking retarded. But I trust in a young fighter to develop his IQ, skills, and mindset at the same time enough to where I think he's going to take over Vince Morales in this fight. You got to also realize Vince Morales is almost 35 at bantamweight, which is not the oldest, obviously, but you're getting up in age. Just had another war with Elijah Smith. You know what I mean? So, he did lose to Lapulus by decision. Like, none of these were blowouts, by the way. These were all close fights. But I rate Raul's only loss really highly. Do I think it sucks that Christian Rodriguez lost to fucking Julian Erosa? I mean, I called it. I knew Erosa was going to win that fight, but, like, come on, man. Like, and it was so, like, shady to see, because I knew it. I had a feeling that fucking Erosa was going to catch him in a sub. Because I fucking thought Christian Rodriguez was just a weight bully. And he kind of is. When he was fighting at bantamweight, like, he was fighting guys like, what's his name? Who's the guy that fucking Dricus' boy? Cameron Simon. And he missed weight. Fucking Rodriguez is a bitch. But, yeah, man. Moving on up the card. Fucking bro, I don't want Aladdin Scientific Chemicals. Kelvin Gastelum takes on Joe Bodybags Pfeiffer in the feature fight of this card. I'm going to go Joe Pfeiffer to sleep him out cold. I think it's the end of Kelvin Gastelum. I like Kelvin, man. He's always been a fun fighter. He's only 33. He's not the oldest guy. But he just shows me that he doesn't take his shit as serious. And I don't think a good version of Gastelum even beats Pfeiffer, because Pfeiffer is a freak. Pfeiffer, outside of his loss to Hermanson, yes, where I don't think he's invincible, Pfeiffer. But I think he can knock out Gastelum, who's very hittable, and Pfeiffer's very powerful. And in that fight with Hermanson, people were like, oh, but he doesn't have the craziest power to knock out Hermanson. In the first 2 rounds, he wasn't just piecing Hermanson. Every jab he landed looked like it rocked Hermanson. Everything he landed looked like it was hurting Hermanson. But Pfeiffer was very patient in that fight. It's like he knew he was going to gas in that fight. I do think Pfeiffer's going to win this fight in a banger as long as it lasts. I think he's going to win this fight by KO, out cold, with a right hand. I think it's going to be a right overhand. Stiffs Gastelum out cold. Late round 1. Yeah, I think he's going to sleep Gastelum. Bad. And I think it's going to suck because, man, Gastelum and Adesanya was such a good fight. But just what I've seen from Gastelum recently in his career, Sean Brady submission, obviously not bad. But that's a guy down a weight class. You know what I mean? Then Cannonier decision, not bad at all. Not a bad loss at all. Whitaker by decision, again, not a bad loss at all. But look at the gaps in between these fights. 3 years, 1 year. That was a 2-year break in between them. And he came back to go 1-1-1. You know what I mean? And yes, he's coming off of a win, which is a good sign. And do I think the odds are wide again? Yes. Why the fuck is Piper a minus 550 favorite when he lost to Hermanson? On the feet. But I think he's going to land the right shots on Gastelum. I think Gastelum gets clipped a lot. Whenever he's at middleweight, he can't seem to just win a fight dominantly. And he always seems to get caught. And I think if he gets caught and if he gets dropped or rocked by Piper, Piper will finish the fight. I think this is going to be a sad KO loss for Kelvin Gastelum. But maybe Gastelum can sneak a decision win in. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty confident Joe Piper sleeps him. Out cold. Round... You know, I'll change it early round 2. I'll say early round 2 right overhand. Moving on up to the co-main event of the evening. Manuel El Loco Torres takes on Drew Dober. I was really high on Manuel Torres, and then he ran into... retardation. He ran into Bajo Mondes, who was very dangerous and sniped the shit out of him with a nice right hand on the back foot. And I think this fight's going to be an absolute war. But we got to see how Manuel's coming off of his first KO loss in his career. This guy can get KO'd. And if we want to look at Manuel's 3 losses in his career, I think all 3 are by finish. All of his losses are by finish. Sorry about that, I was yawning. All of his losses are by finish. Like, I can see Dober getting a late rounds TKO in a war. I think this fight's going to be a war. But I really, really rate a submission in the first round over Chris Duncan in just under 2 minutes. I really rate that win. He killed Nicholas Motta, which I thought wasn't a good win, but I guess it aged okay as Motta beat Tom Nolan and Mahashate back-to-back. How does he decision Mahashate but KOs Tom Nolan? I don't fucking get this faggot. Fuck him for beating Tom Nolan, by the way. Frank Camacho, he KO'd him. Obviously, he fucking KO'd Frank Camacho. And then he KO'd the guy on the Contender Series. Like, Manuel's dangerous himself. I think this is going to be an absolute fire fight. I think Manuel Torres is going to win this fight by submission in round 4. Round 3. I think it's going to be a late submission in an absolute war. I think Dober's going to crack Manuel and drop him. I think Manuel's going to crack Dober left and right. Do I think Dober's going to drop Manuel? No, I don't think he's going to drop Manuel because I think if he does, he's going to finish the fight. But yeah, man, get prepared for blood. And I'm leaning right now towards Manuel. I'm going to do more tape study. Maybe I end up switching to Dober. But yeah, I think we're going to move on to the main event. And moving on to the main event, Steve Erceg here takes on Brandon Moreno. Brandon the Assassin Baby Moreno takes on Steve Astro Boy Erceg. My bad. Steve Erceg is good. Don't get me wrong, he's amazing. He's very well-rounded. But Moreno looked really good against Albazi. He looked back in prime form. He did look like he lost a step against Royval, but I think Royval is a dark horse to actually become champion in this division again. I don't know why I can see Royval, say Manel Cap beats like a Pantoja randomly. KOs Pantoja or fucking decisions him or whatever, I can see a Royval beating a Cap. I would have picked him to beat Manel Cap when they were supposed to fight. So, yeah, man. Steve Erceg's coming off 2 losses in a row. I picked him to beat Pantoja. I thought that fight was a robbery at first. And then I went on and to rewatch that fight, and I do think Pantoja won the fight by decision. I think it was pretty in favor of Pantoja. I don't think it was a robbery. I think it was just bias for me. But then he was looking technical against Carl France and got slept out cold. Like, Carl France sleeping you that badly is crazy. I know he's got knockout power, but god damn, bro. Out, like, cold. Like, Steve was done, bro. And he got up and got knocked down again. Like, you gotta look at the fight with Pantoja, split. A lot of people think Moreno won this fight. Royval, split, and he didn't look like himself in that fight. You know what I mean? Brandon's still young. He's going to have a 2-inch reach advantage or 1.5-inch reach advantage. He's going to be the shorter guy by about 1 inch. I think he's going to have a grappling edge. I don't see much Steve can do to win. I can see Steve like outboxing him, but I don't see him knocking Moreno out. I can see Moreno knocking him out late with like a TKO body shots, or if we go look at Steve's losses, I think most of them are by finish. 2 losses by decision, 1 loss by finish. Okay. I'm going to say in the main event of this card, actually, let me go check their numbers real quick. Oh, Steve Erceg lands more per minute. But he absorbs more per minute. Moreno's grappling's way better. Odds. Oh yeah, let's check the odds on this fight. I think Moreno should be like a 2-1 favorite. Yeah, -195 is fine. I think the odds are gonna grow for Moreno in this. So if you're gonna bet on Moreno, bet on him in the next 2 days, maybe a day. Yeah, man, I like Steve Erceg. I really want him to do good in this fight. I honestly kind of want him to win. Just because I don't want to see this guy lose 3 times in a row. This guy, Bedtime's about to get KO'd 3 times in a row. Shout out Bedtime MMA. But I just don't see Erceg having a real way to win this fight. What is he going to do? Submit Moreno? KO Moreno? Outpace Moreno for 5 rounds? He did get tired in round 5 against Pantoja, bro. He shot that takedown because he was tired. And that's what caused him to get reversed and lose the fight. So I'm going to trust Brandon Moreno to win this fight by decision or late rounds, 4th or 5th round. I'm going to say 4th or 5th round TKO could be possible for Moreno. Maybe even Moreno by submission. I just don't. I don't think he's going to submit him if Pantoja couldn't. And I'm going to pick this Moreno to win this fight by 49-46. Unanimous decision. I do think Erceg is going to take a random round, maybe round 2, maybe round 1. But I think Moreno's going to start to look good and start to overwhelm Erceg in the pocket, at range, whenever they're grappling. I think just Moreno's going to force a crazy pace on him and win this fight by decision 49-46. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think about the full card early picks. I'm going to do a bit more research on to see who I'm leaning towards. But yeah, man, I don't think Steve Erceg's got this. I think he's going to get KO'd. Yeah, man, it sucks to see. I think Australian MMA is going to get cooked this year. I don't know why. I'm getting a bad feeling. Starting to get worried about Volk. At first, I was leaning Volk pretty confidently, but starting to worry he gets chinned by Lopez. If he gets chinned by Lopez, I swear I'm done. I don't know what to do, bro. But, look at poor Gasta. Look at, bro, see his face? He knows he's going to get KO'd. Like, look at this face. He knows he's getting KO'd. I know that was in a different fight, but he's getting KO'd. Yeah. That's gonna be doing it for the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know who you guys are leaning towards. And I'm actually gonna come up with a betting video a bit earlier. I think it's gonna be around, let's say, well, today's Monday. Let's say Wednesday. I think Wednesday, Moreno, Erceg betting video. Betting tips and full card official predictions. See y'all then. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.